When you look at art, you focus on what the artist chose to include inside the frame, and you don't see what they chose to leave outside the frame. A frame always shows us one part of an idea, like the top of this roller coaster. And a frame always gives us a feeling, like the amusement park is exciting. But what's outside this frame? Would you still feel excited if the amusement park was called the 3-hour lineup park? Every time someone communicates, the words and pictures they choose create a frame that can make an idea seem good or bad. But things aren't always what they seem. And frames are everywhere. So, could someone else's frame change your opinion? We gotta talk about it. I'm Nicole Stamp, and this is Media Stamped. Oh, hi. Grab a pen and paper. Do you like toast with bee vomit?
Why are we eating bee vomit?
What if I called it toast with honey?
Honey is bee vomit?
Yep, it is totally accurate to call honey bee vomit. So, why don't we?
I don't think anyone would want to eat bee vomit.
Wait till you find out where eggs come from. Okay, you got your pen? Each of these cards has a picture of an animal. I'll describe it and you can imagine it or draw it. Thundering towards you is a huge creature. It has matted, dirty hair, long claws, and a lashing tail. It snarls bearing sharp fangs. It's hungry for meat. Okay, put that drawing aside. Bouncing towards you is a big pet. It has fluffy, muddy fur, round paws, and a wagging tail. It smiles, showing bright teeth. It's hungry for a treat. Okay, let's compare the two drawings. Show me the ones you just did.
I drew a dog.
I drew a dog.
Cat. Dog on a trampoline.
You were right. I described this golden retriever. What about the first drawing?
It's a big creature.
Tiger. And this is a lion.
All right, well, you ready to see this animal?
What? No. It's the same thing.
I described the exact same animal both times, but I used loaded words.
Loaded words create strong emotions in the listener, either negative or positive. And research shows that when we activate someone's emotions, we can actually affect their opinion.
So positive and negative words can be frames too. And the power of framing means people can make you like or dislike something just by describing it in a way that sounds good or bad. But if loaded words can make you dislike or even fear this cute dog, what would happen if we use loaded words about a person? Here's a photo of a guy. Does your opinion of him change if I say, here's a photo of a father?
A father might be more gentle and loving in a way.
How about, here's a photo of a suspect? What was that reaction about?
I would feel like they're a dangerous person.
It would probably make me think of the crime shot with the number that they hold like this.
The word initially plants the seed in your mind of them being thought to have done something wrong, even if they haven't.
Here's a photo of a citizen.
Normally the word citizen is used in a good form. Citizen makes me think he does stuff for the community, like a good citizen.
Here's a photo of an illegal alien.
Space aliens aren't even human.
It sounds like you don't like the person enough to talk about them like a human.
Here's a photo of a man.
So that would just kind of give me a neutral feeling.
Here's a photo of a male.
Because like animals aren't men or women, they're females or males.
It could be a human or animal.
So, some loaded words are positive, like citizen or father. A lot of people have good feelings about those words, so the person sounds good. You could say they create a hero frame. But some loaded words are negative and create a villain frame. They can make a person sound bad or even less human, like an animal or a monster. That's called dehumanizing language.
Using dehumanizing language can be a way of saying, we think these people aren't like us, and we think they don't deserve respect.
Dehumanizing language can be really noticeable, like calling another group evil or animals. But it can also be subtle, like calling a person by the name of their country or their political opinion, especially if you use a bit of a judgmental tone when you say it. Imagine there's a political party that uses purple as its color. Does it feel different to say, I don't agree with the people who voted for the purple side, compared to, I don't agree with purples?
When you say purples, you're not even mentioning that they're people.
It just seems really mean.
Not really like people anymore, they're just the side that they're on.
The thing about dehumanizing language is that it can kind of turn off our sense of right and wrong. Like, we know it's wrong to harm a person, But if we don't think of them as a person, we might care less if someone harms them. In experiments,
When people hear dehumanizing language, they rate it more acceptable to harm the other group.
so when you hear dehumanizing language, remind yourself, wait, that's a person. Who chose to use those words? Does somebody want me to care less if that person gets harmed? And if I do care less about that person, does somebody else benefit? Because even if a person has ideas we disagree with or does something bad, we can still take the smart road and talk about their ideas or what they did, not pick on who they are. We never need to strike the low blow of dehumanizing them. That's better. Now, let's say you invite me to a party, but I do this. So the truth is, Nicole swung from the ceiling fan and Nicole broke the lamp. But what would you think if I came up to you and said this? Mistakes were made, so the lamp got broken.
You might say mistakes were made if you're trying to like cover up what happened.
People might say that to avoid being a snitch or to avoid getting in trouble.
Yeah, so 2 key things. First, it's good to admit to a mistake, but you should probably say what the mistake was. Here, instead of describing the bad thing Nicole did, we get this vague word, mistakes. That's a euphemism. When you don't want to say something because it seems harsh or bad or embarrassing, you might use a euphemism, a softer word. A euphemism is another kind of word frame. It can soften an idea so much that it actually changes people's opinions. For example, instead of saying something harsh like, Dave got fired, you might hear people use softer words. Dave got let go. And research shows
Most people will disapprove of a harsh action. But if you rename it with a euphemism, then people are more likely to say it's acceptable.
They're using softer words to make it feel like it's okay.
You see another weird thing about these 2 sentences? Nicole broke the lamp got broken. Okay, we know something broke, so let's circle broke and broken. And what broke?
The lamp.
Right, so let's circle lamp and lamp. Now, who broke it?
Nicole.
Okay, so let's circle Nicole and, oh, what do you notice here?
There's no Nicole over there.
You don't know who broke it. You can't circle anything.
Yeah, these sentences are examples of active voice and passive voice. Active voice is clear. It tells us who did the action, Nicole, and what she did, broke the lamp. But passive voice is sneaky. It tells us what happened, the lamp got broken, but it hides something. Who broke the lamp? I don't know. Could have been anybody. It could have been zombies.
Zombies?
Yeah! Yes, in fact, the zombie test is an easy way to check. If a sentence is written in the passive voice, it'll still make sense when you add by zombies. Let's try it. Nicole broke the lamp.
By Bumbies?
That doesn't make sense.
Oh.
The lamp got broken.
By Bumbies.
That does make sense. So this headline was hiding who did it. That means it's an example of
the passive voice.
When people choose the passive voice, they may be hiding who did something. So ask yourself, who did it?
Nicole.
And if we don't mention that, does somebody benefit?
Nicole benefit.
When people choose the active voice, they may be blaming someone or pointing fingers.
Nicole did it.
So ask yourself, why are they pointing the finger?
I pointed the finger at Nicole because, oh no, my finger!
When something happens in the world, the first frame we get might come from a news headline. Right now, I'm playing a video game with a battle between 2 villages of elves. Let's look at the headlines these elves might write. Both sides wrote, "The evil enemy killed 10 of our peaceful citizens." Why do you think both sides are calling the other side the evil enemy?
Like, I think it's just like really a perspective thing.
Depending on what side you're on, you always see the other side as evil.
And studies show this happens in real life during wars or protest movements or other conflicts.
Each side tends to describe the other side by choosing loaded words, dehumanizing words, and active voice. This creates a negative emotional frame. It makes the other side sound scarier, stronger, and more aggressive than they are. At the same time, both sides will describe themselves with positive emotional framing, like hero terms. And they also use emotional loaded words to make themselves sound weaker, more in danger, and more innocent.
Wait, so both sides are being described with very emotional words. But that could give us a more negative opinion about the other side, and give us a more positive opinion about our own side.
The other side might not be as bad as we hear. My side probably is not as good as I've heard either.
But what about ordinary people at home learning about the situation? Do you think all those loaded emotional words would affect them?
That could scare them.
If that happens, who benefits?
The newspapers, more people read it, like it's a better hook.
The views go up, money comes in.
The benefit is that people would agree with the battle.
Oh, our elf villages are still going at it. New headline incoming. Our brave warriors defeated the evil enemy. What feeling does that give you?
That headline would make me feel that the good guys defeated the bad guys.
It's extremely biased.
Well, let's break it down and rewrite it. So, what do you notice?
The evil enemy.
Maybe they're not evil. Maybe they're just both going back at each other.
That's very dehumanizing.
Yeah, the other side are people. Well, they're elves. So, let's rewrite it. Elves from their side. Now what?
Our brave warriors.
Do you think they're like good people?
Great point.
Elves from our side.
And if the elves are fighting with swords, what does defeated actually mean?
By, like, stabbing the other person.
I would kill them.
Kill.
Like, kill them.
Oh, but bad guys kill, and we want to think of our side as good guys. Good guys don't kill, we just defeat evil enemies. It sounds much nicer. But we're not going for nice, we're going for accurate. And in this game, defeated means stabbed and killed. So when we break down our brave warriors defeated the evil enemy, we get elves from our side stabbed and killed elves from their side. Does this new headline give you a different feeling?
That feels more true.
Defeated sounds like a sport, and then like stab them, that sounds like a war.
When they said defeated, I would probably support it. But when they said stabbed and killed, I would definitely not support it.
Yeah, if people show things in an emotional way, it kind of makes you want to agree with them more.
If headlines about conflicts actually said how people died, people would like want to stop war.
It really puts like a light on the words. I didn't know we could rewrite a headline like that. Next time I read the news, I'm probably going to judge it a bit more accurately.
Changing how something is described can really affect how people feel about it. You just learned how to break down the frames and find your own opinion. So, if you want to level up your understanding of the media, remember these tips. Framing can make you like something or dislike it just by describing it in a way that sounds good or bad. So, consider what's inside the frame and what's left outside the frame. Look for loaded words that can change your opinion even about something as cute as a puppy. When you hear dehumanizing words, it means someone wants you to care less if someone gets harmed. So ask yourself, who benefits if I feel that way? Notice when people choose active language that blames someone or passive language where someone's actions are downplayed. When people use the passive voice or euphemisms, what they're really doing is hiding some of the information. And that means your response is based on someone else's opinion and not on the truth. In any disagreement or conflict, people will often describe the other side to sound scarier, stronger, and more aggressive than they really are. At the same time, both sides will tend to describe themselves as weaker, more in danger, and more innocent. Ask yourself, is someone making this story sound scary or dramatic just to keep me watching? Now, sometimes what's happening really is scary and dramatic. But remember, people could still be making it sound even worse. When you see a news headline, break it down and rewrite it. Because the best level up is to ask questions. Like, what words do I notice? What feelings are they giving me? And if I feel that way, does somebody benefit? Those questions can help you break down other people's frames to find your own opinions. That's the takeaway. I'm Nicole Stamp, and this is Media Stamped. Bye.